Hey Worldlet, this is Vocab Lesson 3. Hopefully I'll be able to get this up for you on Schoology. YouTube has not been my friend lately. It keeps on, I don't know if it's YouTube or the internet, has not been my friend. So this is about the 4th time, so maybe I'll get it right this time. Anyway, I should have given you the parts of speech already, as well as the parts of speech of our analogies, our main analogies. And so I just want to reiterate the parts of speech, and then I'll go directly to the analogies page. If you want to have out your analogy cheat sheet, be really helpful. Okay? So, epithet, and I'm looking straight on this paper right up here. Okay? Epithet is a noun. Evasive is an adjective. Evoke is a verb. Foreshadow is a verb. Infer is a verb. Laudable is an adjective. A-B-L-E gives it away. Lucid is an adjective. Perpetuate is a verb. Scrutinize is a verb. And symposium is a noun. So, going over to our analogy page. Brevity and shortness are both nouns. Let me give you an example sentence. Everybody appreciated the brevity of the speech because the room was sweltering. Everybody appreciated the shortness of the speech because the room was sweltering. Okay, we could see those two things mean the same thing, and the adjective form of brevity would be brief, short. Makes sense. Okay. Number 2 is a little bit challenging. Connotation is a word that you'll have in our 4th lesson. Connotation is a noun. Suggest is a verb. Now, if you look on your cheat sheet, you'll see there are 2 options. It's either an action object or a function. The difference is it's function if the noun's sole purpose is to perform that action. That's what it was born to do, perform that action. And that's the case with connotation and suggest. Every word in our language has a denotation. That's its definition. But there are some words, and these are the words that if we want to improve our writing, we want to use connotative words or words with connotation. All right? Connotation means that they have emotions attached with them. All right? They make you see something or feel something. Okay? That's what connotation means. The emotions evoked by certain words. All right? So a connotation is born to suggest emotion. Okay. For instance, you see I want to keeping it nice, keeping it Lutheran. You see here we go. Yeah, studied for a test and you did well on it. That's great. But you go home and you said, yeah, I did well on my test. Or you go home and you say, I did spectacularly on my test. See, spectacularly has a lot more emotion, okay? A lot more emotion attached, okay? So go on to number 3. It's a easier one, I think. Embellish is a verb. Simplify is a verb. 3 choices. Let me give you a sentence. Mrs. Hollenbeck liked to embellish her lectures with all sorts of stories and tangents. Okay. I give extra details, extra stories to try to prove the point. Mrs. Hollenbeck liked to simplify our lectures by adding stories. Wouldn't that convoluted? Wouldn't that, we could see how those are the opposites. Embellish, you add on to it, you add decoration, all right? Opposite of simplify. Number 4, epithet is a noun, describe is a verb. Okay, now this is very similar to number 2. Okay, the whole purpose of an epithet is to describe. Okay, that's its sole purpose. Okay, all right, go on to number 5. Evoke is a verb, summon is a verb. Oh, I'm going to go biblical on you this one, because this is an Old Testament story that some people don't even realize it's in the Bible, but it is, and it's an interesting story. Here's my sentence. King Saul called upon the witch of Endor to evoke the spirit of Samuel so he could get advice. Summon. King Saul had the witch of Endor summon the spirit of Samuel so that he could get advice. You see, they mean the same thing, don't they? Okay. Number 6, foreshadow is a verb. Anticipation is a noun. Okay. Now, we have a verb and a noun again, but this is not a function. The sole function of foreshadowing is not necessarily to build anticipation. All right? You could use foreshadowing for other reasons as well. Okay? So that's anticipation, to build anticipation, to build stress, to build different. And we have another one like that too. So that one's going to be action object. 7 though, or 7 is the same thing. Imbibe is a verb. Beverage is a noun. Now, that one also is an action object because you can imbibe other things. All right, a beverage, its sole purpose is not to imbibe. Okay, it's kind of receiving that action. All right, and so that's why it is an action object. Okay. Let me explain this in another way. If you look at connotation and suggest, the connotation does the suggesting. Number 4, the epithet does the describing. Okay. Anticipation receives that action. The beverage receives the action. So that's why it's action object. Okay. Number 8, laudable is an adjective, virtue is a noun. Obviously, CQ, that's the only one choice you have. Same with number 9, nostalgic, adjective, daydreamer, noun, CQ. And number 10, reiterate is a verb, repeat is a verb. So you have 3 choices. Let me reiterate that. Reiterate is a verb. Repeat is a verb. Let me repeat that. Reiterate is a verb. Repeat is a verb. See where I'm going here? Okay. I hope this helps you out, and I hope that analogies begin to become easier for you the more we do them. All right? Have a good one. See you later.